Hello everyone, this is Jody Orange and welcome to day 3 of defending. And this is in fact my 4th game and 3rd game, not my 1st and 2nd game. The reason why it's my 4th and 3rd is my 4th game I actually played decently, so it represents artillery much better than my 3rd game. And my 3rd game I just lucked out. I just lucked out so much. At one stage you'll see I tried to kill myself and got another 1,000 points. Yeah, you'll see. And you might be wondering, what about the 1st and 2nd game? Well, I was trying engineers and goddamn. If someone does well as engineers, you are a genius. Because to me, they are the shittest unit that's ever been around, ever. The reason being, they have no alternative fire. They can't actually shoot down cliffs. Someone said to me they can shoot down cliffs now. Found out that's not true. They can't shoot down shit. They're fucking bad. And I thought ballistas were pretty lame as far as their fire arc went, but try those Scorpion units, holy crap. So you rely on your allies to spot for you, and they're probably melee, so they're going to enter combat, and you're these Scorpion units that have no alternative fire. It's just a disaster. It's just the worst fucking unit. Like, you rely on traps basically. So you might as well play heavy infantry. I am going to try them again, but I think at this stage I'd actually prefer using horse cavalry, like horse archers, than scorpions. Like, I did get decent points in one game because of traps, but as far as the units themselves, they're fucking dismal. They're just the worst thing I've ever seen. I was on top of this cliff, the guy was on the little hill area below me. Can't do shit, just can't shoot them. And okay, that's fine because I'm a siege engine, but shouldn't I be able to alternative fire then? Because that's using my long range. But no, Scorpions can't do that. So when it comes to artillery, there's one unit I'll never complain about. That unit's fine. Well, not fine, I actually think it needs a buff. It's that horrible. But anyway, back to the game. You can see I am using 2 catapults and 1 pike unit. And since there's no real action going on and no one's really scouting ahead, I decided to put my pikes, in the danger zone. And as you can see, even my allies are just thinking, that guy, he's risking it all. So I was feeling like a bit of a rebel, and then these other siege units popped up on my screen. I thought I'd better take them out. And that's one thing siege equipment is really good at, is screwing over other siege players. It's one of the biggest counters is other siege players like this. You don't get many points for it because you don't kill much of the crew, but yeah, their game is over. They're done for. And now I do a pretty dismal job of trying to guess where they're going to be. And I was hoping that the boulders would roll down the hill, but yeah, I don't think the fire ones do. I think they just blob or get destroyed on impact. But I want to thank Natalie Jazz for that bit of information because it did come in handy. As you will see in the rest of the video, I get some of those good, rolling boulders, like here for example. And I eventually do use it to hit people that are out of range. Pretty sure, yeah, these catapult units, I do fire on them, and I managed to hit them because of that rolling boulder effect. So as you can see here, even see that damage right there? That's just from my boulders being there. Like, I've already shot that yonks ago and still doing a bit of damage. But one thing that was weird today, I did notice that there was just so much siege engines, just unbelievable amounts. Especially in one game when I was engineers. Must have been at least 4 siege players. And I was just wishing I was cavalry for a lot of these games, because there's a lot of undefended siege equipment out there. Like even me. Like, look at this cav right here. Could have just ran up and killed me. So now this guy's basically suiciding, which is good for me. Some easy points, just get my pikes up there and kill him. But I do make the mistake here. I was thinking we are at that phase of the game where I should move up and try to assault the base. But in reality, I should have probably stayed on that hill and just continued to fire on our left flank. So that's what I do end up doing. But I've already came down from that hill a bit. so I'm losing that protection. As you can see, artillery does really punish people that blob their units, and I have no problem with that because pretty much in any circumstance you shouldn't blob your units. Because even in melee situations versus other melee players, if you're in a big blob, they can flank you, they can rear charge you. Pretty much everything punishes people blobbing up. I see people saying that blobbed units in melee are just really strong. God damn, I hope I face you guys. You guys all blob up, I'll just run up behind you, get that rear charge and fear in, and bye bye, you're fucking dead. Like if you go over all my other games where I've played the heaps of cavalry and the heaps of light infantry, it's all winning combats from rear charges and flank charges against blobbed units. So yeah, but here my pikes do an amazing job, like a really good job. Mainly because this guy doesn't know he could just surround and kill me right now. Like he actually gets like a triangle around me and just watches me kill him. But I did feel like really powerful at this stage. I'm like, look at him run. And yeah, it's just so easy to beat what I'm doing now. It makes Pikes look like a good unit, pretty much. Like he's finally entering combat with me. Oh no, he's not even doing that. He kind of, well, he's just letting me kill him. He could easily get a rear charge in. Yeah, just lets me kill him. And even here, I see him coming as pop hold the line. Yep. I don't know, is he playing Caesar? Is that what is happening here? He's playing Caesar with infantry? But he did charge before. I'm pretty sure it was a heavy charge, so he's Germanicus. And he charged way too early. He should have been way closer. But I'd like to thank that guy. I can't really see his name. That's one thing. When I edit videos, I can't really see people's names. So whoever that guy is, thanks. Thanks for the points, I guess. And if you ever wonder why I don't recognize any of you guys when I'm playing these games, is because when I'm editing the videos together and narrating on them, it only shows me this tiny little screen, like a really small resolution version of that video. So I can't see any of the names. And the reason why I don't do this live is because I have shit internet. You know, the servers are so far away, they're in the UK. It'd be great if there ever is Oceanic servers, but we just have to wait and see. I don't blame them for not doing Oceanic servers, because it's expensive and Telstra's a piece of shit. Maybe they should look at someplace like Bali or, you know, some other country, because Australia, it's just not worth putting a server up. But some of the other Oceanic countries, it might be worth putting a server up. But to put one in Australia, there's been lots of things on it, how it's just not viable to do. So here we go, we are in the second game. I am playing Pikes and 2 catapults again at lower tiers, because I'm playing lower tiers as I already think. I've already made up my mind that if you have 2 tier 9 Roman infantry and tier 7 catapults, that's some bullshit. That's really strong. I will test it one more time, probably in 2 days, but yeah, it's just so fucking strong. I mean, those traps, this trap spam, and that's why I'm going to test it again. I'm just going to play 3 Roman heavies. Just line up the whole base and see if that's just as good as having a catapult unit. Like, it might just be the heavies that are fucking totally broken. And it's not so much that the heavies are even broken, it might just be because they have those deployables. Like, if they only had stakes, well, it wouldn't be as bad as them having caltrops and stakes. Like, that's just too much. For example, I have tried out a few times, before I started making these videos, I have tried out like 1 Roman infantry with 2 catapults. It didn't seem that strong. Like, the catapults were doing pretty good, but the infantry didn't seem that strong. It wasn't like game ruining. Now, I play pretty weird here. I was trying to go offensive, but I didn't want them getting that flag, so I started nuking them up there. Because if they get that flag, they'll see that I'm pushing with my catapults. Probably not the best idea, but yeah, I wanted to go offensive as siege equipment. But one thing I'm noticing is people that spot deserve more points. It shouldn't reward the team, like it shouldn't be worth team points. It should just give them points. Because you go up there like that spear unit, he was getting shot to shit, but he's got the flag for him now. And they could easily wipe me out with cavalry units. He's got that flag, they can see me, they could easily get around and just kill me with cav. But he's not getting any points for that, and look at the casualties he's taking. Like, you could have archers just shoot me to death now, but that's not going to happen. And he's getting no actual points for this. He's just getting shot to shit by artillery. That's why people don't like artillery units. For example, if he was getting decent points for spotting, people would actually, push flags and spot. And the reason it shouldn't reward the team, like the team points in the game, is because what the team gets out of it is their siege equipment and archers can kill everyone. So that's the thing that's missing at the moment. Is it's like when you play Caesar and you buff the shit out of everyone, there's no point. You put yourself in a bad situation where they can see you and you're going to get picked off by ranged units. So you're in there helping, but you're losing points from helping. So why do that? Why attempt, reduce the damage points down and put the support points up? That would help a lot. Artillery is purely damage points. You're not spotting or anything, so people can stop whinging so much about artillery. And then, infantry doesn't feel so fucking ripped off when they're spotting. And cavalry doesn't feel so ripped off when they're spotting. For example, I get really pissed off because I'm always trying to take the flags on certain maps, and I take the flag and I get shot to shit by artillery, and who's getting the points here? My artillery, because I am spotting for them. So in some games, I'm just like, fuck it. No, I want points. Why would I do that? Which is a big reason that the game is so defensive. If you're actually trying to help your team, you're doing all this awesome stuff, you're going out spotting. There is spotting points, but who gives a fuck? Like, it's so small. It's so small. And the penalties that you get for spotting is so massive. And the way they should balance it so people don't just run in and out to get points is you have to have them in your line of sight for at least 10 seconds or 5 seconds. Like, that's something that's going to have to actually be balanced. They have to figure out, how much time you have to spot a unit to get points for it. So at this stage, I'm just running in trying to get myself killed. I'm like, the game's pretty much over. I might as well kill myself. But thank God the game was like, nah, you're not allowed to do that. You can't kill yourself. I'm trying to get into combat here. Can't even do that. Try to engage these guys down here. I think I actually do end up doing that, but they die. Oh, that's right. The reason I couldn't get into combat is I didn't want to just give the other siege player a shit ton of friendly fire points. I wanted to die to the enemy, but they kept shooting anyway, so I decided not to go into that combat. And now it's just weird. Like, I've got, a few guys left. You think that's the end of the game, but no, just keeps going. And this is a weird thing about the game. All these people complain about certain things, and I've never noticed it, as much as some people. I think I just have the biggest fucking luck in the world. I can't even kill my own artillery units. There's cav, there's fucking swords everywhere. I can't get them to die. So at this stage I'm like, fuck it. Fuck it, let's pick up my catapult. Surely people are going to kill me because I just picked up the catapult. But no. No. Just can't die. Can't die. So I end up going back to the original plan of just pushing. I just gotta push this catapult with 5 dudes all the way to their base. And I literally think I rolled, like, when it comes to luck in this game, I must have rolled 100 out of 100, because heaps of times I'll have units that they're pretty much dead. Like, I'll have 4 horse cavalry left, like literally 4 guys left, and they will farm like 1,000 points. And most of the time when my units get that low, I'm just trying to get them killed. But sometimes they just don't die. They can't die. They're immortal. With that siege equipment, how is it not dead? I was running it into people. I was purposely trying to fucking die. And you'll see what happens. So now I'm doing even more suicidal shit. I picked up my siege equipment and I'm just marching. Marching by myself towards the enemy base. And watch what happens. It's fucking amazing. So I get a few shots off on random infantry, etc. But yeah, just at the end, towards the end, I just get 1,000 points just like that. So while this game comes to a close, I'll just explain how I feel artillery is up to this point. I've still got 4 more days to go. Well, the weird thing is, it's not about artillery at the moment. I haven't played enough to actually speak on behalf of artillery in general. But it's more other factors that go along when you are playing artillery that you can figure out. For example, I've noticed that players that try to help artillery units by spotting simply don't get enough points for it. They just get punished. There's no fucking point doing that. And the same as when you're defending other units or you're buffing other units as Caesar, you just don't get enough points for that. Now, I haven't put too much thought on how they can balance, spotting and all that good stuff. But it would be nice if you're playing Caesar and you give buffs to some unit that you get at least like a few points. Like maybe you take it from the damage you're giving to the other unit. You get some of those points. As far as defending artillery goes, I think that's just a choice. There's no way to actually balance that. You can't receive points for defending other units. I don't know how they could put that into the game. If you have an idea for it, feel free to put it in the comments below, but I'm not sure how they could possibly implement that into the game without this game turning into a complete campfest. But I do believe that spotting, they've already got it into the game. I'm not sure how the mechanics work. Oh, here we go. This is where I get those points. So with that almost dead catapult unit, I basically take out 2 catapult units. It's fucking amazing. Like, who would have thought this is what would happen? So I went from trying to kill myself to killing 2 enemy catapult units. What's the fucking chances? Like, look at this. Like, I end up killing them both. So Total War Arena has actually taught me a life lesson. To all those people that ever think about killing themselves, you never know what's around the corner. Like, holy shit. You never know, you might win the lottery the next day. I know that people that are thinking about committing suicide, they're probably going through something a bit different to this, but here's an example of what could happen. What could the fucking benefits of just waiting around that little bit longer? We did end up losing, but fuck it. That was fun. That was fun right at the end. I couldn't believe it. Now I'm just gonna ramble on about something, so I'm just gonna talk off the top of my head. I haven't really thought into it too much, but here's some ideas I think could benefit the game. Who knows though, by tomorrow I could have changed my mind, but here's some ideas I think might actually be good. So at the moment, it feels like if you are supporting, you're getting no points. And they don't seem to have any idea of how to give points to people that are supporting, so maybe if everyone shares the same points. I know people are like, oh, but I'm fucking playing so good. But it would be an easy way, like, just remove individual scores. Like, you get your individual score right at the end, and it only shows your score. But during the game, and the experience and commander points you get is just all shared between everyone. Because if you're there and you're playing Caesar and you're buffing people, at the moment, you get no points for that. And if you're spotting, like, that's the thing, if everyone shared the same points, then you'd feel like you're accomplishing something by spotting, etc. And it would make people work as a team. Because if you just let someone die, you suffer from that as well. Like, you know, it might not be completely fair, but it would encourage teamwork. And at the end, you get your individual score, which you might get a little bit of experience of. Because at the moment, it feels like you should camp or just play tier 4 cav and just farm. Like, that's the thing. Like, at the moment, it's just farm. Don't worry about your team. Don't worry about winning or losing. Just farm. But anyways, I'm just pulling shit out of my ass, so who knows. But we'll see what I think at the end of the week. I'll just wait till then. I'll make I'll give it some time, put some thought into it, and make a, more constructive video at the end of the week. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and thumbs up, and I'll see you later.